So basically what I'm saying is, don't think just because historically your family was poor, you grew up poor, don't think that you're stuck in a situation where you will never own a car that you want. Be wise with your money, no less. Make sure you have backup just in case your car does break. But there's no reason you shouldn't enjoy life and enjoy your car and get the best for your money. So have fun out there, stay positive, stay ambitious, and know that your dream car is not out of reach. How's it going, everybody? So the purpose of this channel was to educate people on the possibilities of owning a dream car, if not your specific dream car. And I'm talking attainable dream cars, not necessarily like Ferrari and Lamborghini. That's not to say that you can't, because you can. I was raised in a, quite frankly, poor family. My mom worked very hard for our family, and she didn't earn very much. Like many other families, she was forced to be on her own and care for 3 kids. So to say that I could, or knew that I could, own my own home and own one of my many dream cars was out of the question. So for years I bought, as I stated, sensible cars like the Ford Fusion, SUVs like the Chevy Tahoe, sedans, everything but vans, of course. So one day recently I decided to buy one of my desired cars. I wouldn't say it's a dream car, but I bought a 2008 Subaru WRX. Exhaust was already done. Had some minor modifications. Roughly about $2,000 to $3,000 worth of work done in it. So it saved me a bunch of money. I paid a little under 10. I was super happy with it. And then I thought to myself, if I could own this car, if I set my mind to it, then why shouldn't I be able to own one of my dream cars? A $30,000 car was out of the question, not because I can't afford it, because I could with my salary. But I didn't want to overpay, and I wanted to be able to buy modifications and not pump all my money into the car payment. Ideally, you don't want a car payment, right? But I knew I would have to have a car payment for this car specifically. Another reason I wanted a higher mileage, less expensive one is because I wanted to be able to daily drive it, and most people don't have money to be buying a daily and also buying a weekend car. I don't know about you, but I also don't like to have insurance on something that I could only drive on weekends. So I wanted a car that I could drive year round. And at first I had the misconception that everybody else does. And I thought, I need an all-wheel drive car. I need a 4x4 SUV. I need a front-wheel drive at the very least car to be able to deal with and survive in winter and in the snow. Then I met Ryan, who drives this car year round. It's a rear-wheel drive turbocharged. And And just seeing that he could do it, I was like, well, most people say that it's because it's high horsepower. Like, say you theoretically shouldn't be driving a Mustang in winter, regardless if you have winter tires or not, because it's torquey, it's going to be dangerous. So I live with that idea too. With the turbo, the BMW makes pretty good power, pretty good torque. So I was like, what the hell? If he can do it, then I shouldn't have a problem with a V8 Lexus ISF. So I bought the Lexus, despite, you know, my better judgment, I would say, with the sole purpose of A, proving that anybody could afford a dream car, and B, also proving that you can drive a single car in virtually any weather year round. So I've driven the Lexus ISF in, not surprisingly, extreme heat, and I've driven the car in blizzard conditions, as I've shown in my videos, and I've had virtually no problems. And when I have gotten stuck, through no fault of my own, and I had virtually no issues getting it out. Of course, as with any other car, lowered car, I did have to unbury the tires, get some traction on the rear, and it was able to get out no problem. But the reason being is because of the winter tires. That is night and day. I've had a lot of front-wheel drive cars, and they wouldn't have had the ease that the Lexus ISF did of getting out of the predicament, being buried in snow, being buried in touching ice. So going a little slow here. So I believe, and I will continue to make videos on proving that you can drive in snow. Ultimately, I believe I've proven that, but it's fun, so what the hell. So additionally, as I was saying, you can own a dream car within reason, okay? So if you buy a car on payments, you might struggle a little bit to make the payments, get modifications. So best case scenario is to get a car that's reasonably priced and make modifications to it without payments. That is the absolute best case scenario. So if you have a Honda, you know, if the Fast and the Furious movies got you into Hondas, that would be a great investment. Hell, if a Honda is your desired car, a Honda S2000 would be a great option. Driving it year round wouldn't be far-fetched. The only thing I recommend with lowered cars is don't go too extreme, because as cool as it looks, what's not really cool is being high-centered in snow and ice, especially if you're driving in wintry conditions where they don't plow very often. While some looks, such as stancing your car, look cool to you, it's best idea, if you can't afford to fix your car when something breaks because of it, just don't do it. It's not worth it. Oh, accidents within the last 5 years. I have really good insurance rates. Amy has never been in an accident, so she has really good insurance rates. That's a huge factor. Try to avoid getting pulled over at all costs. If you can't help it, for whatever reason, do yourself a favor, get a radar detector. But just avoid those tickets, avoid something that's gonna get your insurance up, because nobody wants to pay for higher insurance just because of a mistake. Everybody makes mistakes. Nobody wants to pay for a ticket because that's car parts easily. And don't set your standards so high that you're gonna disappoint yourself. Yes, everybody wants the best modifications for your car that are available, but for example, on the Lexus ISF or the Lexus 2IS, you can buy a front bumper that gives it a facelift, makes it look comparable to the 3IS. But it's not breaking the bank. It's not the best brand, but it looks good. Again, you're not going to sit there telling people what kind of brand your bumper is. Buy what looks good to you. Buy what fits, most importantly, because you don't want to skimp out. Now, again, I'm not encouraging you to skimp out on safety, because you can buy really cheap wheels. There's no question about that. But are they going to be safe? Are they going to break the moment you hit a pothole? So, about some winter tires. But instead of buying the best, the most iconic, the ones that forums want, I bought winter tires off of Facebook Marketplace. They were $800 for brand new winter tires. Granted, they weren't name brand. They were, I believe, some Tire Rack special. But they weren't name brand. The wheels are beautiful, to me anyway. Not name brand as well. It's some Tire Rack brand, but it's what I like. The look. I don't need the most attractive name brand tire. I'm not gonna go around trying to prove to everybody that my wheels are the best because of the brand that I have. I will never be a person who spends, now I say never loosely, because if it's something I like and it happens to be in my price range, I'll do it. But for the most part, I will never be the person who buys the nicest looking wheels because everybody else likes them. So I did that. Maintenance you could do virtually, pretty much yourself. I haven't yet because it's blistering cold and I don't have the garage space right now, but from this oil change to the next, I will be doing the next oil change. And it's not any harder than any other car. It's not a Ferrari, it's not a Lamborghini. You're not gonna have a hard time getting the oil change completed. So that's another thing you have to do. You have to do your homework. Is it a car that you can maintain yourself? Because that will save hundreds, if not thousands of dollars. At all costs, avoid going to the dealership. They're going to charge a significant premium. I've seen upwards of 30 to 40% on every other place that will repair your vehicle. Sometimes even more than that. So basically what I'm saying is, don't think just because historically your family was poor, you grew up poor, don't think that you're stuck in a situation where you will never own a car that you want. Be wise with your money, no less. Make sure you have backup just in case your car does break. But there's no reason you shouldn't enjoy life and enjoy your car and get the best for your money. So have fun out there, stay positive, stay ambitious, and know that your dream car is not out of